Well, the side piece had to go and smack around my main thing as the Timberwolves go on the road to Oklahoma City and witness a jump shooting clinic out of the Thunder, who beat the Wolves by 23 points. Thunder shoot over 60% from the floor for the game, also over 46% on threes. Timberwolves also shot the ball very well through large stretches of this game, mostly with Mike Conley, who was spectacular. 5 of 5 from 3 for Mike. So smooth in this game. Also contributed 0 turnovers to our 24 that we had for the game. That was kind of the big differentiator through most of this one, as the Wolves were turning the ball over way more while both of us were cooking from 3, and things were a little bit more sustainable for the Thunder as well. And it wasn't just the 3-pointers that were killing us in this one. It was also the mid-range, which we've been getting terrorized by in the last couple weeks. And Shai really just did almost all of his damage from there. 14 of 19 from the floor with 34 points. He was essentially unstoppable, and just mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper, so silky. And then you look on our side with our star, Anthony Edwards, it feels like he has to work so much more for his buckets, and that most of them have to be something impressive. And he doesn't have as much help or ease getting those baskets. He would be 7 of 16 from the floor. Also, 4 missed free throws early in this game. And the Wolves actually got double the amount of free throws that the Thunder did, which is not something that we experience a ton, and we still get blown out like this because the Thunder were that on fire and the Wolves were that sloppy. It's something that has become pretty normal for us, especially in first halves, and we had a slow start. The Thunder dropped 40 on us in the first quarter, and we're the number 1 defense. I told you those shooting percentages out of the Thunder. We could not stop anything, but part of that was that they just got their mojo flowing with how many jumpers were going down, and at that point, you just gotta get the women and children out, as the TNT guys always say. We just kind of got to that point, and things fell apart in the fourth. I do want to say that Jordan McLaughlin got some minutes in this game. He was great. You might look at 1 for 5 shooting from the floor and immediately be like, whatever. But I was very encouraged by his minutes. Got 3 steals in this one. I think 4 rebounds, 2 of those being offensive. And his energy was spectacular. Also drew multiple fouls. And he was all over the place. And you got that energy quick. And his plus minus was actually better when he first started and was making some impactful plays. And then we'd have a stretch in the third quarter when he had just checked in where Cat and Ant had 3 straight possessions ending in turnovers. And that kind of stalled us. But J-Mac was wonderful. I hope to see him continue to get some chances to squeak his way back into the rotation, or at least be there when we need a little energy and punch, because he sure brings it. A lot of smart, wonderful basketball plays out of J-Mac. I talked about the rebounding. We didn't really kill the Thunder on O boards in this game. If you remember the last game we played against the Thunder, the big differentiator was Rudy Gobert. He was a bully on the offensive boards, deterring people from the paint, really bothered Chet Holmgren in a lot of scenarios, and played some clutch defense. This is not a Rudy game. 10 points, 5 boards only, none of those on the offensive glass. And we weren't able to really punish with our size, which is our biggest advantage over this Oklahoma City Thunder team, which is very good. 3 seed in the West. We're still the 1 seed even with this loss. But it's a respectable loss, but we did get kind of smacked around and weren't able to take advantage of our advantages. Karl Anthony Towns, I mentioned him. He was okay in this game, but it's kind of the typical things I usually mention. 5 turnovers out of Cat, and kind of being a ball stopper, not moving the ball as quickly as we needed to continue to get open looks and have the offense running optimally. And Naz Reid, I would have liked to see him get a bit more minutes in this game, because he's a bit of a Thunder killer in his career. It's his favorite team to play and have career highs against. But we only get 19 minutes of Naz. Same with Nikhil, but I kind of understand on that with how great Conley was playing and some good J-Mac minutes. Also, though, Jaden, he wasn't able to be out there to guard Shai as much because he had more foul trouble, and a lot of those being on really ticky-tack early ones, which is tough, but it's just the life of Jaden McDaniels at this point. And you would have liked to have him out there against Shai, but it just seemed to not matter at all. And he, even when it was out there, Shai just did Shai things. That man is so good. got to be top 3 for MVP standings right now. I mean, he is nuts. Not a loss I'm all that worried about. They're gonna happen. Elite team on the road. It's all right. Our defense did not look the same. Love Micah Nori's little comment coming into halftime. He's just like, oh, I guess the Grinch didn't feel good about Christmas there. He had to steal our defense instead. Micah Nori is such a gem. Really love his stuff. We don't need to keep talking in this video. All right. We lost. Sad. Whatever. 22-7. Let's keep rolling. We got the next one on Thursday against the Mavericks. Peace out.